We are in Tombstone, Alexandria. We are in Tombstone.
She never know where we going. She always gotta mess it up.
We are in Tombstone, Arizona, the Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West.
Yes. This is America's western town, built in the 1800s, and the town prides themselves on keeping everything as authentic as it was back then. So yeah, we're gonna go check things out and see if we can get into a gunfight or two, right?
Yeah. Hopefully, I didn't bring my semi-automatic. We got a little 6-shooter, so we'll see what we can get.
Yeah.
We can do.
Yeah, Dimitri, he's looking for a sarsaparilla.
So, all right, guys, let's go strolling, see what we can find.
Right this way, folks. Final historic gunfight show of the day, 4 minutes away, right here inside the Saloon Theater. Come down to witness 4 of the most historic gunfights to take place in southern Arizona and Tombstone. See the first shooting by Billy the Kid, the death of Warren Earp, and much more, right here inside the Saloon Theater. If you're looking for the very best in entertainment in town today, folks, this is it. Top 10 rated attraction on TripAdvisor, folks. Come on down and get your tickets. 3 minutes to showtime.
The year's 1877 and we're in Fort Grant, Arizona. There's a young man by the name of Henry Antrim. Now Henry's about 16 or 17 years old, so most folks just call him the Kid. He likes to frequent the George Atkins Saloon, but he's got a problem. The local blacksmith, Mr. Windy Cahill, for whatever reason, takes it upon himself to bully the Kid. So let's see how they handle their differences back in the Old West. Good morning, Kid.
Morning.
What brings you in today?
Gonna play some cards and maybe some money.
Money, is it?
Oh, yeah.
What will you be drinking?
That whole bottle of tequila right there.
The whole bottle?
The whole bottle.
You're not going to cause me any grief now, are you?
Oh, no. I'm gonna be leaving pretty soon anyways.
Yeah, I heard about that. You know, I'm sorry to see you go. You've been a breath of fresh air around here.
Much obliged.
Say, what time's that stage leave?
About 3 o'clock tomorrow.
You got plenty of time then.
Oh, yeah.
Have a seat. Someone should be with you in just a minute.
Much obliged.
Well, Mr. Cahill, as I live and breathe, and what brings you in this fine morning?
What the hell's so fine about it? The day gets started. Why don't you shut your mouth and pour me a whiskey? How about that?
Whiskey it is. Say, you got any plans for the rest of your day?
Now, what are my plans? Any of your business?
Just so happens the kid's been over there waiting on a game.
Yeah, the hell you say.
Fighting your heart's lead be today.
I'll think about
We'll
it.
try hard.
Shut your mouth. And look, there is sitting like some country
Just
jack.
start right
I just
now.
told you to shut up. Boy, didn't I tell you not to be sitting at this table?
I don't want no fight, Cahill.
I said no country Jake sits at this
Kid,
table.
I think you better be going and ask for you.
I told you to shut up and pour me another drink. Where are you going, boy?
I don't want no fight, Cahill.
No, you want to fight? Wipe that smirk off your face. Turn around here, kid. Told you to stay out
Kid,
there.
get out of here, go!
Yeah.
Cahill, you all right? Somebody get the doc. Well, I guess somebody better go get the doc.
Ante up, partner. I'm all in. So am I. Beat that. Let me see that. What you done did? Yeah, we're gonna have to settle this.
Good, awesome. Has anyone been on the tour before? Oh, good. I'm gonna let y'all run it. I'm so tired. No, just joking. Well, my name is Karen. I'm gonna be your host for tonight. So just a couple little rules before we get started. First and foremost, have fun. Feel free to ask questions, take your photos, take videos. Make sure you get our email address right there on the bar. It's on that white sign right there. That way, when you're checking your photos and videos tomorrow, if you see something in your video or photo that you did not see today, make sure you send it in to us. We'd like to see them. Second of all, there's a little bug flying around that light. Just caught my attention. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. Second of all, I'm sure we've all seen the ghost shows, right? Ghost hunters, ghost adventures. Yeah. And you know when they're not getting any activity, they try to antagonize the spirits and try to piss them off. Well, we don't do that here. Because after all of y'all go home tonight, guess who's left in here by herself? If you guessed me, you would be correct.
You won't be alone with pseudo spiders back here.
Thank you very much. In all reality, folks, the 1800s was rough. They had a rough life. And people died very tragic deaths back then. They died very early. But we also think some of our spirits that hang around here, they actually had a good time. So we respect them, and they respect us. So it's a win-win relationship. I cannot promise or guarantee that you're going to have your own paranormal experience tonight. I hope that you do. But I always remind people, our spirits don't punch the time clock like I do. Any questions about that? No? All right. I'm going to give you a little history of Tombstone before it was Tombstone. It was actually a little place called Goose Flats. Goose Flats maybe had 150, 200 people in this little area. That is until this gentleman up here came to town, Ed Shefflin. So Ed Shefflin is from Oregon. He was always out prospecting in his spare time. Mom and Dad finally said, hey, Ed, maybe you need to get out and get a job. Come back and visit when you can. He came out here and went to work for Camp Huachuca at the time as an Indian scout. Again, in his spare time, he's always out prospecting, looking for that silver and gold. They do follow each other in the mines. The soldiers told him, hey, Ed, the only rock you're going to find out there is your tombstone. Really, folks? Oh, y'all are tough. Oh, y'all are tough. Tough crowd. Handmade dice table sitting right here. Handmade blackjack table. The Sparrow table's been in this corner since 1881. It is where Doc Holliday sat. He played, he dealt. No, I'm told the man cheated at Pharaoh. I wasn't here. I don't know if he cheated or not. But this is that spot where that famous handkerchief duel between Doc Holliday and Johnny Ringo took place. Now, both men were so drunk at the time, when they drew their guns to shoot at each other, they missed. Is there anyone who wants to come upstairs and join us? Are you down in the basement?
Cardinals select Deontay Thompson. Defensive back, Alabama. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Deontay Thompson, welcome to Arizona.
I'll give you a little information about our trolley. Then I'll also give you info about our mine tour. You guys are actually standing about 114 feet above it. Yeah, you actually have people walking under you. Don't worry, it's not winter. They're alive. A little Game of Thrones joke. Alright, now let me talk about the mining tour. Right? It takes you 110 feet underground in the original 1878 mine made by the town's founder, Ed Shefflin. You can see actual silver, touch actual silver. Don't tell me why a customer licked it. Not even joking. Then we also have our little tour guides. They're a lot funnier than I am, and they're a lot more informational. I can tell you the mine's 148 years old, and the reason why Tombstone's here today, pulling out billions of dollars in today's money. a lot. And also pumping about 3 million gallons of water out a day, making part of the San Pedro River. You learn how Tombstone came to be and why Tombstone's here. Very cool. It's also a top grade attraction, Tombstone 5 stars. I like bragging about that.
Tombstone, and that's what he ended up finding was his first claim he named Tombstone. His first claim was, you go to the stop sign there, take a left and go out 3 miles, and that's where his first claim was. What happened is he spent 8 months out here without lighting a fire. See, this was very hostile country. There were 26 Cherokee Apache tribes in the area. The Dragoon Mountains right there, 12 miles away, is where Chief Cochise and Geronimo were. And over 18 miles this way at the Mexican border was Chief Victorio. Matter of fact, he had lost 2 of his best friends just over the top of that little hill over there at his Broncal cabin during one of the Apache raids. He was out here during the Apache Wars. It wasn't a good time. Well, he was hunting around for minerals out here and he found some out there. He didn't know what it was, but he had to find somebody he could trust. So he took it to this little village, you may have heard of it, called Tucson. Tucson was about 1,200 people at the time. And he took it out there and his brother had just left. He spent a year looking for his brother. Now that's important. Because see, up there in the Dragoon Mountains, Chief Cochise passed away during that year. Matter of fact, he was buried up there. 2 warriors were sworn to secrecy. Nobody knows to this day where he was buried. But it's bad medicine to the Cherokee Apache to be buried near your chief. So they moved on down south, which opened this up for Ed when he came back. But what happened was he went up there, he finally found his brother near a little village called Signal, Arizona. While he was up there, he showed his brother the rock and his brother started laughing at him. He said, "You carried this all over the territory to show me? It's nothing." Well, Ed was all upset about it. Albert was making fun of him, getting his friends in on it and everything. Ed grabbed the rock from Albert, went out and threw it out in the field. Well, that night a man came in by the name of Richard Gerd. Richard Gerd was a mining engineer out of Michigan. Very knowledgeable man. He had his own assay office. Everybody know what an assay office is? Okay, the assay office is where they take the rock and they figure out what's in it and how much it's valued at. Okay.
Welcome to the Good Enough Mines.
20 of them be doing the drilling. 20 of them be doing the mucking. That's moving the ore. The other 10 would be setting the dynamite, the blasting caps, the fuses, and they'd be the foremans. Now most of them got $4 a day. Mine, just over here, you see the red X just above his head there. That red X there means either it's dangerous or it's a dead end. One of my jobs is to find out which it is. This one here just goes back about 80, 90 feet and it's a dead end. Rock out of the walkway so they weren't tripping over it. But the other reason was to help support the mine in case the timbers gave way. You see all these timbers though? All these timbers are from the 1880s. They're in pristine shape.
So we're going to get started here. I thought we were waiting for 5 more, but it turns out we're not. So it's us.
Very intimate. Good.
My name's Gordy, by the way. I'm from Minneapolis. So do I win the prize for furthest away?
No.
Or California.
South Florida.
South Florida. Okay, all right. You might be ahead.
Yeah. I think
Where do you live? Original stained glass windows, the original bell up in the bell tower, and the original chandeliers that came off a whaling ship and were actually lit by whale oil back in the day. So it's a fun little church. It's really well preserved. And oddly enough, in the back here, you'll notice something. If you didn't know better, you'd say this building on the left.
All the places here to do in Tombstone, I really recommend you do the mining tour and the bus trolley tour. We had did the horse tour the other day. We didn't like it. It was a waste of money. It was a mile tour for nothing. But this tour, the mining tour that we took, it really explained a lot about this town and about its history. So I really recommend you do that if you come to Tombstone.
Alright guys, so make sure you stop at the Tombstone Brewing Company. We stopped in, Jeanette's actually out getting some food, and I picked up a flight, so there's that. So what I have here is the Imperial Oatmeal Stout. And we have a Not Really barley wine. The Oak Fermented Old Ale. And then we have a Keller Hells. All right, so if you know anything about me, you know I'm all about my craft beer. So I'm really ready to enjoy this. So I'll check back in with you and let you know what I think. All right, so Jeanette just tried the Imperial Oatmeal Stout. I thought it was actually pretty good. You don't like it? Yep. I think it's pretty good. All right, so this one is the Not Really a barley wine. You might like that, it's a lot lighter. All right, so the Oak Fermented Old Ale. Ooh, that one's got a little kick to it.
Which means it probably won't like it? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I like this better than that first one.
And then last but not least, the Keller Hells. Okay, that's not bad either. I think so far my favorite one is the oatmeal. Yeah, the oatmeal stout is definitely my favorite one.
So what is this?
That's the Keller Hells. Keep that one. Hey, what's up, fam?
We are coming to you from Tombstone, Arizona. So, do you guys know what is better than going to a ghost town?
No, what's better than going to a ghost town?
Going to a real Wild Wild West town. So this town has tried to keep everything authentic to what it was back in the 1800s. The stores, the restaurants, everything is pretty much still intact. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty cool.
You know, it's better than going to a theme park. You're actually walking the streets that some of the outlaws and cowboys walked.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I mean, I would definitely recommend that you check out Tombstone, Arizona if you ever have the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I mean, just being able to walk around the same town where, you know, the gangsters and outlaws and cowboys and Indians all roamed. It was a pretty good experience, pretty cool experience. Yeah.
So what were some of your favorite things?
I know I really enjoyed the mining tour, as well as the mine trolley tour. That was really cool.
And I think my favorite was the reenactments. The one that we went to, we'll leave a link because they were really great actors and actresses. But it really gave you insight
really depicted
into what
actually happened.
Yeah, Billy the Kid.
Yeah, it was cool stuff.
Yeah, really cool.
So the cemetery is really cool too. That was actually good, kind of cool to be able to walk around the cemetery and see the different grave sites and give an explanation of how and why they died. So.
Yeah, it's very informative. Aaron at first didn't believe that it was an authentic cemetery, and then we looked up some of the...
No, I didn't. It's not that I didn't believe it was an authentic cemetery. I just didn't believe that a lot of the markers and stuff were
accurate.
Yeah, I think that was, you know, kind of like for show.
Yeah, but they weren't. I mean, some of them may have been, but the ones that we looked up were actual.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, Tombstone is definitely a tourist trap, but you know, it's a tourist trap that you actually can really enjoy yourself and have a good time.
And it's better coming here and walking the streets that really existed versus going to a theme park that, you know.
Yeah, and speaking of walking the street, you know, this town is just the right size. You can walk the whole town without having to worry about, you know, transportation and things like that. So, you know, we walked everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. The RV park that we stayed at was the Stampede RV Park, and it's towards the end of town. But I mean, literally, you can walk everywhere. And
it's about 3 blocks west of First Street.
Yes.
So it really only goes from First Street to 6th Street. So it's a small town.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we hope you enjoyed our video, and we will talk to you soon.
Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.